Pride of Higara. This is Captain Soban of the fleet, Farron Shah. Looks like you could use a hand. Attention all Sobani, pick your targets and engage.
Hello everyone. Hello. This is Captain Soban. Welcome aboard to Starship Enormoprize for another episode of Homeworld Cataclysm Hardcore Testing Series. And today we are going to do a supercapital ship showdown using all of the cruiser class vessels in the Cataclysm mod, since I have them all set to where I want them to be. I figured today we would just have a massive showdown and see which heavy cruiser or dreadnought is the superior supercapital ship. Oh god! Ah! Static. And once again, I'm recording this in my VM. I apologize if we get static like this. This is also going to kind of push the VM a little bit since we're going to have a massive battle going on. So hopefully there won't be too much static like that. But if that happens, that's the reason why. That's not the game doing that. That's just my VM, my VMs kind of just freaking out. I'm still planning to fix that. I know exactly what I have to do in order to fix that. I just haven't done it yet. Haven't had time. But I will be fixing that problem in the future. So when we do videos like this where I need a control of two computers, that problem will hopefully not be that much of a problem. Anyways, so we have our heavy cruisers here.
Ready to go.
If we take a look at their stats, you'll notice that the cannons on our heavy cruisers do a crap ton of damage. 750 each when they're upgraded to energy cannons. Now, the thing about that is that they have an attack speed of like once every 15 seconds. The cannons on the Kushan heavy cruisers are very, very slow. And give me one moment. I need to pull up something on my main monitor while we are talking about this stuff, because I did do a bunch of calculations of how much DPS all the supercapitals do. And I believe, let's see, did I find it? Nope, that is not what I'm looking for. Well, I seem to have forgot to save that actual file that has all that information. Luckily, I sent it to a buddy of mine on Discord. So I'll still have it for this video. I just need to remember to add that onto a notepad so I have it for future references. Also, if you notice here on top, the Kushan heavy cruisers are actually called Kushan heavy cruiser instead of just heavy cruiser. Again, because Cataclysm has multiple different heavy cruisers, it gets a little bit confusing if it just says heavy cruiser. It's not too confusing in the original game, but Cataclysm can get quite confusing. There's so many variations of these heavy cruisers in this mod, or this version, or this version of Cataclysm. But anyways, so the Kushan heavy cruiser does 870 DPS without being upgraded to energy cannons, and once they're upgraded they do 935. That's not that much of a difference between the two upgrades, but that's also just because of the fact that he goes from I believe it's like 9.5 seconds of fire time to 15 when upgraded to energy. The reason why there's such a big difference in attack speed is because, well, one, the energy cannons double the damage, so in order to make sure that the energy cannons aren't so OP, I increase the attack speed between shots so that it's not so OP. Plus, also when it's upgraded, it gets homing capability and all that, so it can literally like one-shot scouts or one-shot like fighter class ships, even in my mod. So yeah, having a really slow attack speed kind of makes up for that. And then next we have the Samtal Dreadnoughts, aka Pac-Man, as I call them, or Battle Wagon, which is another good nickname. I've also upgraded their damage of their energy cannons, because I realized that the amount of DPS they do with their energy cannons doesn't quite match up with the other DPSs that they do with their like beams and whatnot. So their beams, I believe, do 160 DPS each, so that's 320 DPS. I haven't quite figured out how to get rid of the repulsor cannon, so it's gonna be in this one. I also haven't changed the angle of the beams yet to match that, until I figure out how to actually get rid of that. I think that's like some sort of hard coding I need to find. I found out how to get rid of the research. I haven't actually figured out how to get rid of the spawning whenever you start a mission without with all the research done, because it's still in the actual ship tree. So But anyways, the Sumta Dreadnought does 870 DPS with all of its weapons. It does 360 DPS with its missiles, 320 with the ions, and about 280, I think, with the energy cannons. And I've also changed the Dreadnought to be a little bit slower. It has 175 meters per second movement speed because, well, it's a gigantic freaking metal box. It's going to be kind of hard to move, even with the engine upgrades that they have that is required in order to build those. And I've reduced the range of the energy cannons and ion cannons, but also increased the range of the missiles. So the missiles have 12,000 range, 12,000 or 12 kilometer range. The energy cannons, I believe, have 4,000. Yeah, the energy cannons have 4,000 range compared to, I think it was like 5 or 6,000, and the ions have 5,000 range compared to 8,000. So the Dreadnought can do a decent amount of DPS far away, but if it gets up close and personal to the enemy, then that's when its main round of firepower comes in, where it can do a devastating amount of damage. So keeping your range away from these guys is kind of key in order to beat them. And then next we have the Titan heavy cruiser, which are over here.
Online.
Got our 20 Titan heavy cruiser here. They do 490 damage with their energy cannons, 32 with their ions. The Titan, I believe I explained this before when I was showing off the Titan, do a lot more damage with their ions than they do with their projectiles, but they have a faster attack speed to make up for that. The Titan heavy cruiser does 969 DPS without the energy cannon upgrade. With it, they do 1,066. They are quite deadly. And as you guys know, that the Sumta Dreadnought has a crap ton of health compared to the Titan heavy cruisers. They have 450,000 health compared to 330, so it's kind of why I reduced the amount of DPS of the Sumta Dreadnought compared to the other ones, because it's a fortress. Its advantage is it has a crap ton of health and it can survive a long time in combat, where the Beast heavy cruiser and Titan heavy cruisers advantage is they have a crap ton of firepower. Speaking of which, let's switch over to the other VM so I can show you guys the Beast one. So the Beast heavy cruiser does the same amount of damage with its energy cannons and does less ion, but that is because the Beast heavy cruiser can use its ions for long periods of time with little cooldown. They can use their ions for 75% of the time, where the Titan can only use it for like 35% of the time. So their ions stay on a lot longer, so even though they do less damage, overall it does more. And I believe I also increased the attack speed of the kinetic turrets, and when it upgrades to energy, it's faster than the Titan, because again, the Beast doesn't have to worry about they don't have to worry about life support systems and all that stuff to keep their crew alive. So all that extra power that would normally be reserved for that can go into weapons and engines and all that. So they have a 10% faster movement speed and maneuvering speed than the Titan heavy cruiser, and they have about a 10% faster attack speed as well. This gives the Titan heavy cruiser, or the Beast heavy cruiser, with projectiles, 1,107 DPS, which is quite a lot. And then when they upgrade the energy, that goes up to 1,257. They are extremely deadly compared to like the Kushan and Sumta. They also have a built-in combat regeneration speed because of the beast skin healing itself in combat. So they're quite deadly. They're very, very deadly and very scary in my mod. Now, before we get into this, a couple things I will not be doing in this matchup. The Beast heavy cruisers will not be using their infect weapon, primarily because if they do, they're going to infect the Titan heavy cruisers and cause them to fight the other ships, which we don't want. We don't want the ships to be infected. So, not going to be using the Beast infect weapon, and the Sumta are not going to be using their repulsor cannon, because one, I haven't quite found out the script to adjust that, so it's still default from vanilla, and two, it's not really going to do anything against supercapitals, especially with the supercapitals having as much health as they do in my mod. It's not going to do them a lot of damage, and it's not going to push them away. So yeah, not going to be using the repulsor weapon, and not going to be using the beast infect weapon in this matchup. Anyways, I think that's enough talking about all of the different ships and whatnot. Let's get ready to actually do this fight. So we have 20 ships of each type, 20 Titan heavy cruisers, 20 Kushan heavy cruisers, 20 beast infected heavy cruisers, or beast heavy cruisers I should say, and 20 Samta dreadnoughts. We'll see who is the superior super capital ship. Anyways, let's get into the fight. Let me go ahead and issue the orders of all of these.
Are you sure, Command? Roger, Command. Be advised that is a friendly. Receiving. Ready to go. Be advised that is a friendly.
Okay, they are engaging. Good, good. And then you guys engage all of these. Okay. So here we go. This again might be a little bit laggy, a little bit slow. I'm gonna try and actually put my other VM not in the battle, so it's not lagging so much.
Commandeered ship is reporting damage. Ship damaged.
Let's go ahead and put all these guys into groups.
Roger, Command.
Setting assigned group 2.
Receiving.
Squadron outnumbers enemy force.
And then we will get all of these.
Setting assigned group 3.
All of these going. All right. Oh God, lag. All right. So let's see. The Titan seem to be focusing.
Is reporting damage.
Actually, before that's going to get really, really annoying. Let's turn speech off. There we go. Let's see. Dreadnoughts. How are you guys doing? You look like you're focusing primarily on the heavy cruisers. We're like being completely surrounded. That's pretty funny. Heavy cruisers? What are you guys up to? Or Kushan heavy cruisers? Oh my god, this is a battlefield. Jeez. Kushan heavy cruisers look like they're focusing a little bit on the beast heavy cruisers. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Some on the beast, some on the Samta looks like. We have one heavy cruiser that's like really, really getting damaged. Titan, how are you doing? You're kind of fighting a little bit of everything, actually. Fighting a little bit of Samta. It looks like you're focusing primarily on Samta, a little bit on the beast. But you have all of your engines facing the beast, which is probably not the best idea. Let's see how the beast is doing. Beast looks like they're doing pretty good. A lot of their ships really aren't being focused. Now the beast does have an advantage where they're the only ones with combat regen. So if they don't get focused down, they may actually survive a long time in this fight, especially with how much DPS they can push up. Let's see, Samta, how are you guys doing? Samta hasn't really taken a whole lot of damage. Again, they also have the most amount of health, so they have the highest survivability possible in this. Let's see if we can turn that off so that there's not so much green going on the map. But there is a lot of firepower being thrown around. And it's really cool that the Samta can use their second ion like anywhere in the bottom now. So they can throw out a little bit more DPS. I still haven't changed them to where they can shoot the ship in front of them with both the ions yet. I'm gonna be doing that. But just haven't made that change yet. Okay, how are the Kushan? Ooh, the Kushan are getting quite overwhelmed. Oh wow, they have like 4 of their heavy cruisers are in the red. Wow. I think it's also because they're kind of like in the middle, so it looks like most of the enemy ships are focusing on them. Okay, okay. Lots and lots of firepower being thrown around. How's the Titan doing? Titan's not actually looking too bad. They have a couple of ships in the yellow. Not too bad at all. Some of them are focusing on the beast. I think a majority of the Titan actually are focusing on the beast. The other half are like focusing a little bit on the Samta, a little bit on the Kushan, which Kushan are, oh my god, the Kushan are dying so fast. Oh my god, the Kushan, I think they're going to be eliminated quite quickly. They have the Samta focusing on them, they have the Titan focusing on them, I think a little bit the beast is also focusing on them. Oh my god, they're jeez. They are dying so quickly. I feel so bad for the Kushan. No, the Kushan. They're losing so much firepower. Samta, how are you doing? And we have one Samta on the red, but it's also because its engines are facing an enemy Titan who seems to be focusing a little bit on him. Man, the Kushan, man, holy crap. I was not expecting the Kushan to just take this kind of a beating. Jeez. How's the beast doing? How are we doing on the beast side? So far it looks like the beast is doing pretty good. They're not really being focused on. But the Kushan is dying very quickly. I think the beast has one. Oh, that's a Titan. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get those ones confused, but the beast looks like they're doing fine. They don't have one ship that's in the yellow yet. Very impressive. Samta, how you guys doing? You're doing fine. The only threat really is the Kushan, who are just being completely annihilated. Oh my god. How's the Titan? Oh, dude, Titan's lost a couple ships. Okay. Part of it is because some of their engines are facing the beast, so the beasts are taking advantage of their weak spots. The Titan back here that's about to die. Jeez. Another Titan down here. It's taking a lot of damage from a lot of beast enemy heavy cruisers over there. But Samta? Has a Samta lost anything? No. Not really. I mean, there's one enemy, or there's one Samta ship that's like getting there when it comes to its damage. But again, that's because some of the enemy ships are in the behind and they're hitting him in his weak spot to do an extra damage. How's Kushan doing? Kushan's down to 8. Oh, I feel so bad for the Kushan. They're getting just annihilated by all the Samta missiles and Samta beams. Jeez. And these two Kushan heavy cruisers are really close to dying. Yeah, this one's just about to die. There it goes. Wow, I was not expecting the Kushan heavy cruisers to take this much of a beating. Because the Kushan heavy cruisers have a decent amount of health. They have 395,000 health, but I guess being hammered by this much firepower being thrown around that they just can't survive long enough. There's 5 Kushan left, 4 left. Not a single one is in the yellow. Yeah, they're gonna be annihilated. Wow, holy crap. I feel so bad for the Kushan heavy cruisers. They're one of my favorite ships. I love the style of this ship. It's so simple, it's so powerful, it's so heavily defensive. But oh my god, look at how many missiles this thing's getting hit by. Holy crap. I love the dreadnoughts. I love the fact they can spam their missiles 24/7 now. Makes them look so much more deadlier. Alright, 3 Kushan left and the Kushan will be defeated. We might as well stick with them until they are completely defeated. It looks like some of the Samta are starting to focus on the Titan now. They switched over to a different target. Ooh, oh yeah, he's gonna die so quickly. All those missiles are hitting the weak spot. Oh boy, what are you guys even focusing on? You're focusing on a Samta heavy cruiser, or a Samta dreadnought. And now, the last Kushan. The last of the mighty Kushan heavy cruisers. And it's dead. Okay, Kushan have been eliminated. We have lost 2 dreadnoughts. Okay, good to know, good to know. We have 2 dreadnoughts over here that are severely damaged because it looks like the majority of the Titan are focusing on the dreadnoughts. The Titan are down to 11. Interesting, interesting. The beasts are like firing up from behind. It looks like the Titan and the Somtal are starting to focus a little bit more on the beast now as well. Let's check in on the beast. Let's see how they're doing. It looks like they have 20 still. Jeez. And a lot of their ships are fully repaired because they've just been taking secondary fire, and their repair systems can keep themselves alive from that secondary fire. There's one beast heavy cruiser that is like severely damaged. But he's not quite dead yet. How are they focusing over here? The beast and Somta are now kind of just focusing on each other now, while the Titan are slowly being devoured by all of the firepower. They have 7 left. Majority of the Titan looks like they're focusing on the Somta. This one over here is being just annihilated by the beast. Wow, that is a lot of firepower. Yep, and it looks like the beast is starting to coming over on the Titan, taking advantage of the Titan's weak spot to kill them fairly quickly. Okay. How are we doing on the Somta? We have 15 Somta dreadnoughts left. I'm really curious to see if the Somta can pull this off. But it does look like we've lost 1 beast heavy cruiser so far, and that was probably the one that was in the red. Jeez. So many missiles flying around. This really makes you admire how powerful the Somta and the Beast are compared to like the original Titan, the original Kushan heavy cruisers. They're just so much more deadlier. There's 2 Titan heavy cruisers left, and they're just being annihilated by both the Somta and the Beast. So they're kind of getting squished like the Kushan was. Alright, so that one is now dead. That one is now dead as well. It is just Somta and Beast now. We have 15 Beast or 15 Somta dreadnoughts versus 19 Beast heavy cruisers. The Beast heavy cruisers have the firepower, but the Somta have the armor. Which one will be victorious? Which one will be the superior super capital? There's so much firepower going on over here. So much firepower indeed. Let's go check in on the Beast and see how they're doing. Oh, the Beast just lost a heavy cruiser. They're now down to 18. Okay, so depending on the Somta just lost 1 as well. They're down to 14. And depending on how they concentrate on each other will depend on how they actually win this. One of the Beast heavy cruisers have been promoted. That's really, really bad, just because of the fact they have a whole lot of firepower on their own. And each promotion increases their attack power by 10%, which means if they do 1,257, that means they're probably doing close to 1,400 now. That is a lot of firepower to be thrown around. Considering the fact that Bentuzi, the most powerful ship in the game, in vanilla, did 6,000 DPS. That means 5 Beast heavy cruisers have the firepower of a Bentuzi trade station. That is kind of just mind-blowing to think about. Anyways, this one looks like he's being concentrated by a lot of missiles. We do have a Somta Dreadnought right here that isn't really able to help out because his buddies are blocking his way. That's bad. That means a lot of that firepower isn't actually being used for anything. But looks like they are starting to do some concentrated fire. Good, good. That's what they need to do to combat that combat regen system, the Beast heavy cruisers. Because if they spread all their firepower around, then the combat regen can keep the ships alive longer instead of doing concentrated fire. There's a lot of ships over here. Have the Beasts doing concentrated? It does look like the Beasts are doing concentrated fire. They're trying to actually kill this guy as well as they can. But the Somta are definitely trying to kill this one. Nice, nice. So the Beasts are now down to 16. The Somta are down to 13. Let's switch over back to the Somta. Let's see how well they're doing. Some of the Somtal have taken a decent amount of damage. There's quite a few of them down in yellow, which means they have reduced attack speed. This guy is severely damaged. There are a few in the back that still have a decent amount of health. And it looks like they're not really concentrating on anything. Interesting, interesting. Very, very interesting. This one is taking a lot of damage from the beast. He's actually getting close to dying, which would bring the Somtal down to 12. Another one down here that is severely damaged as well, being concentrated. And I believe all of these guys will start concentrating on this one down here. Yep, that's what it looks like they're doing. So he's gonna die relatively quickly as well. Let's switch back over to the beast. Yeah, it looks like most of the beasts are over here. There's a handful over here on the right side, taking advantage of these. But it looks like a lot of the Somtal here aren't actually using all of their firepower, which is bad. Ooh, there is a beast heavy cruiser that's been promoted twice. He has 20% more DPS. Ooh, that is very scary. I am terrified of a fully upgraded and fully promoted beast heavy cruiser in my mod. That means it'll do about maybe 1,600 DPS. That is scary to think about. A lot of the Somtal look like they're spreading their firepower around. They're not really concentrating anymore, which is bad. They need to concentrate if they're going to win this battle. The Somtal are down to 10 dreadnoughts. We still have 16 beast heavy cruisers. There's one beast heavy cruiser here that is severely damaged. Hopefully the Somtal can kill one of those and maybe get a promotion. That would be nice. Are any of the Somtal heavy cruisers or dreadnoughts actually promoted? No, it doesn't look like it. So the beast has an advantage there where some of their units have gotten experience and gotten a little bit more firepower. Because if we go, do we still have that one that's been promoted twice, or did that one die? That one might have died. We have one that's promoted once here. And as you can see here, 539 damage with the energy cannons, 19 with the ion cannons. They are quite deadly. Yep, lost the beast heavy cruiser there. Nice. I don't think the Somtal are actually focusing on anything right now. You know, the Somtal are still just... Oop, that one just died. Now they're down to 9. They're doing a little bit of concentrated fire, but not too much, honestly. By the way, in case you guys haven't noticed, the energy cannons move a little bit faster than they did in vanilla. I bumped their speed to 2.6 kilometers per second instead of 1.6. Just to give them a little bit better homing ability, and with the energy cannons flying around that fast, it actually makes the battles look a little bit more epic to me. Alright, we have 3 Somtal dreadnoughts that are very close to dying. If we switch back over to the beast side, I think we only have one beast ship that's getting really close to dying. It's the one that's been promoted. So if they, the Somtal can take care of this guy, they'll definitely reduce their power. I mean, it's also on the red too, so it's not doing near as much damage as it normally does. But it looks like we lost another Somtal dreadnought. They are now down to 8. Well, make that 7. None of the beast heavy cruisers have been promoted from killing those yet. Oh wait, never mind. One got promoted. So they have a handful of dreadnoughts that have been promoted, and this one has pretty much all of its health, so it's going to have a massive amount of firepower. And the beasts look like they're starting to do concentrated fire. So that goes that Somtaw. Eventually, I do want to change these leveling systems to where you can level up 10 times, but make it to where like it increases your movement speed, the maximum health you have, the DPS you do by like 2%. Like make the upgrades very minimum, but make it upgrade everything. Instead of just, I think it's like movement speed and firepower is what it actually upgrades. Okay. Yeah, the Somtaw are not looking good. They're down to 5. And I don't think they're going to do enough DPS now to actually take care of these guys. The Somtaw decided to do to fight a little bit of everything instead of concentrating like the Beast is doing. So the Beast is definitely wearing out the Somtaw's heavy armor with overwhelming firepower. Oh boy. Oh boy, this guy is getting hammered. This guy is taking a massive amount of damage. And even for a battle wagon, man, that DPS is dropping relatively quickly. And now we have more and more concentrating on this guy. Let's see how fast his health drops. That's it's pretty decent. That is a relatively fast drop in health, considering how much health these things have. That's a percentage loss per second. Wow. Holy crap. That is a lot of DPS. Holy crap. So yeah, I would definitely say I think the Beast have this in the bag. I don't see the Somtaw turning around, and they still have 15 Beast heavy cruisers to kill. We have 2 left, and this one is getting completely overwhelmed with tons and tons of firepower hitting him. 1 left. And he is going to die very quickly. Yeah, look at that speed drop. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Holy crap, it's dropping so fast. Alright. So, basically, this means, which this makes complete sense, and the whole reason why Homeworld Cataclysm is such a terrifying game and why the Beast is such a terrifying faction. The Beast Heavy Cruiser is the superior supercapital ship. With its increased attack speed due to not needing power for their crew and other auxiliary systems inside the ship. They can divert more power to the beams and projectile weapons. They also have a built-in combat repair system because of the beast skin that's on the outside of it, allowing it to repair quickly while in combat. Gives them a superior fighting capability. They only lost, I think it's like 5. I think that. What are you guys doing? Stop. Stopping. Why are you engaging asteroids, boys? I might have accidentally told them to fight the asteroids when I told them to attack. Oops. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. This was fun. That was I can't believe the poor Kushan just got completely obliterated by the Somtaw Beast, and then the Titan just got completely annihilated by the Beast ships as well. And like I said, since these guys have a built-in combat regeneration, the longer they last in combat, the more deadly they become, because the enemy ships just slowly get worn out more and more and more since they can't regenerate themselves in combat, where the Beast can. That's one of their major advantages when it comes to endurance fighting. How much How much do you have? You're promoted twice. 588 damage per ion, per energy beam, and 20 on the ions. Oh my god, you're so powerful, little guy. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy this. If you did, please leave a like. If you like what I do, consider subscribing. If you want to see more of me, I have a second channel in the video description called Captain Soban's Other Games, where I've been playing some like weird, strange, bizarre games like Wedding Witch, where you're where basically you're trying to help this witch with her wedding, and you help her fight devils and whatnot, and then she finds these potions that change her. It's a really fun game, I'm not gonna lie. So that, and then RPGs like Fate and Barony, which is just like a strategically, or not strategic, procedurally generated dungeon crawler. It's really, really fun. It has like a Minecraft aesthetic to it. So it's an interesting game, and it's been fun to record. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy this. If you did, please leave a like. If you like what I do, consider subscribing, and I'll check you guys out in the next video. Until then, this is Captain Soban signing out.
The Baker have arrived. Emergency hyperspace procedures initiated. The mothership must survive.